Thanks, Trace. Except, are you?
My nickname's the Red Viper. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm more of a Podrick man myself.
You're a Podrick
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Podrick's gonna win Game of Thrones, guaranteed.
He's come a long way. He's come a long
He
way
has.
from not knowing how to skin a rabbit
Still a
and cooking
squire.
it for Brienne, yeah,
Yeah.
to becoming a full on almost a knight,
Has he
isn't
been
he?
knight? I don't think he's been knight.
I don't know.
No.
Either way, we're into pistol round,
All right.
or soon to be.
Soon to be.
Soon to be, I should
Yeah, I
say.
think players are still
Players are
prepping
still
for this.
getting it going here. But yeah, looking at it though, who do you think's gonna win Game of Thrones?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about this game for a second. No, I'm 100% serious. Podrick wins this one for sure.
All right, so now let's talk about the game since you've given your meme response.
Yeah. No. So this is NRG's map pick. Renegades, though, they keep saying their CT side's so good, and you're starting on one of the most CT-sided maps on the CT side. So does that give them enough energy to deflate NRG's banner? Is it possible? It's really going to come down to this. This pistol round I don't think is going to have all that much value to it, considering.
In the interview with Breezy that we just heard, he seemed pretty calm, cool, collected, like that match was over with and he's going to move on to this next one. But JKS is going to remind him of what just happened on CT side. After taking down his teammate Cirque towards the upper, he's going to fall off now, get into a little bit more of a passive position as NRG patiently waiting above the ladder as well as outside T middle.
Yeah, I like that from JKS. Just a little pop shot in the upper box halls. Just give that one quick one and fade away. I think he was even surprised that he hit that shot. Now NRG retaliate. They push and clamber over where he was at that point, but he's nowhere in the neighborhood. He's back down to the lower part of the site behind the bomb train.
Exactly.
And NRG are just going to use some time. They've got two smokes, so that could work either direction right now. They peek down the ladder with just their legs and sense that Jacob's down there. Those smokes could make use towards the B side is what I would presume, because that's usually what you do on train on the T side. These T rounds are so valuable. Usually you just grab the lowest hanging fruit you can, and that's the B site. It's so much easier to get into.
All right, looking at this round right now, looks like NRG are going to get ready to do this execute, going to get ready to come out this middle area right now. The bomb is coming out first on the back of Tarek. Is he going to be able to make contact? Is he going to be able to find anything here?
Oh, Jacob's in trouble. He's got 4 rounds in the mag. He still defends. He gets a kill and an assist on the next one, but look at that swing from Daps. He realized he was in the wrong neighborhood as soon as he tried to overwhelm Jacob and saw that there were 3 CTs there. He ended up peeking into himself. Renegades get that first early pick from JKS, and then NRG actually take the high road, the more difficult road, and walk into that A site, but only met with heavy resistance.
Exactly, and looking at this round right now, Renegades off that great pistol round hold that they just had, we are going to see NRG opting not to get anything in their pockets. So they're going to most likely just rush the lower inside, just maybe even flood out the upper and waterfall down into the site, try and get bombed down in all the chaos. But we will have to see. Renegades playing very aggressive towards this ladder area to begin the round, however. We do have Jacob inside with Azza playing right on the outside by E-Box. The rest of the NRG members about to start fighting JKS here in a moment.
JKS has the 30-round magazine. He should be able to deal with quite a few of these guys coming around.
Now.
Yeah, he's going to have some help. And there will be a flank eventually, I believe, from Jacob, sorry. But JKS seems to do all the work on the front end anyways. Anti-eco frags, they may be as easy as they are, but it's still difficult when you have so many targets shooting back at you. There's the long flank. Does the bomb get planted? Excellent. Oh, I was about to say, Tarek, excellent position because you know that you're going to have a problem coming down the ramp eventually.
Yeah.
He wisely decides to plant over towards the ladder side of that, and it was safe for a moment. It would have been safe, but I don't think it was actually even possible to get that bomb down.
JKS actually forced that a little bit here, so you're going to watch him pick up these kills right here, 1-2, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going to keep going, even though he saw the bomb drop down, and he gets punished for it. Breezy with a great little Glock kill there to make that happen.
Yeah, actually, I don't think that M4 was recovered at the end of that round either. Az's UMP is still up here, so that is unfortunate that he has to rebuy that, and right now, NRG full buy themselves. They've got plenty of smokes to be able to choose whatever site they want. Right now, they're going to just vie to take over upper box halls control. Considering they have the bomb back towards T-Con, they have 2 players respectful for Ivy right now. It doesn't mean they're going to execute one site to the other. They just want to have the upper box halls control, because if you try and execute towards A without that halls control, at least early, you don't know where these flanks are. You don't know if the Renegades actually know that what you're up to.
Nice little smoke from Liaz there towards the Ivy area to keep the T's at bay right now. We're going to see the smoke come in from the NRG side as well to block off Liaz and make him a little bit more nervous. That prompts Liaz to get in front of the smoke now. It'll be interesting to see how NRG play this. Are they going to aggress on the edge of this smoke? Are they going to pop flash through? Or are they going to just wait out the smoke, let Liaz dip back in? And there it is. Great pop flash coming in from Smooya. And Breeze, he's going to be taken down.
That was sickly. His blood now painting the windows
He's
that are in
pop
there.
flash himself.
Another pop flash in. He is, though, disarmed, and bomb was spotted. So let's see how the Renegades react to this right now. They are starting to shift. It looks like Jacob across CT, and now he has the back lanes. Depends if NRG come out of Ivy and turn left or right. They do choose to go around to the bomb train, and rounding the corner was Jacob. The smoke is watching the back side. There's a flank coming. Jacob might be able to stop this bomb no matter what, even though NRG have some momentum coming ahead. Yes, bomb is planted,
there you go.
But Jacob has the flank. Ends up finding both players before they're able to dig some foxholes on that site.
That got very scary for a quick second there as NRG flooding out ladder, pick up a very easy kill on an unsuspecting player towards E-Box. Thankfully, Azza towards that ladder actually started off that execute that NRG was doing by taking down Ethan, who was above ladder, and then turning towards middle and picking up yet another frag. So great effort from Azza there. NRG unfortunately not finding anything for themselves in these opening rounds.
Well, things just got a little bit harder for NRG. The AWP is on the field, and we've seen what Smooya can do with it, especially not only in the last map today, but also yesterday as well. The last map on Mirage, Smooya was consistently getting 2 kills per round, it seemed, on the CT side. It's a little flat on the T side, but, you know, the whole team was at that point. Now NRG are going to try to execute with just some pistols. They're going to try and rush the Ivy side. They have, in fact, overwhelmed Liaz. That's going to be a weapon recovered, an AUG, a welcome sight for NRG, and Ethan now catches a smoke to the back of him. Actually, I think saves Jacob's life, possibly, because that flank was coming. And as NRG start to infiltrate through the train yard, they're becoming difficult to find. Mixing in between Sandwich and behind the 5 and 6 train, Jacob is now in front of the E-Box. These smokes are actually hurting Renegades right now. They want to have some open field of views. They've got NRG pretty much pinned between the trains and back to hell, but still the kills are favoring NRG.
This is going to be interesting for JKS here. Is he able to pick anything up? He's got into a great position by this Ivy area right now. Ethan is watching it, but I do imagine JKS will be able to pick up at least one in this situation here.
Ethan's just at that first corner. There's just a problem for the Renegades right now. Smooya is so low on HP. He's watching from old bomb train looking across. That at least evens out some numbers. And JKS is going to draw attention. That's going to free up some movement for Smooya. Nice pop flash, but it was too far. That was intended if somebody was beneath the old hell position. Sure, Smooya gets a kill here, but still Tarek hasn't showed his position yet. Everything's just been a trade, a reactionary from NRG. Excellently done. Even though you're not playing for a trade at that point, it's just you're playing for time, and it's done well.
Is he going to be able to pick up this frag, though? Tarek does look like he wants to hunt for it. Is he going to peek him before time goes up? And he gets the frag. That's massive. Not able to recover the op, though. Still, though, op's off the field. The Renegades' money absolutely shot right now. But they don't care. They're going to go for a force buy anyway. NRG, they've got an AWP on the field. 4 AKs to follow here, Dallas.
Yep.
Let's see if they're able to string 2 together, or is Renegades going to put a stop to this before it even begins?
Yeah, it's so there's interesting benefits to the CT side on train. Even though your guns are a little bit more expensive and you really want to have some ops in play, the thing is the map actually plays to a couple positions that can play with a shotgun. So you don't need to have everybody full invested. It's kind of like Nuke sometimes. So you can get away with having a quote-unquote full buy on the CT side here with having a shotgun because you can put it in the ladder.
Well, that's exactly what they did. Jacob now playing in that ladder room here as the box halls has been taken by NRG. Just running a pretty simple default here, Dallas. Not much going on for them. We are going to see Tarek go for that Molotov into the ladder area, push Jacob out momentarily, I assume. Actually, he opts against it, moving towards that box halls and down towards the lower inner area.
Retakes are going to be tough for the Renegades if it happens. And you've just lost the op. That was donated to Smooya this round. The UMP comes in. Shallow magazine, only 15 rounds. He gets the AK, and he's able to chamber a round. JKS, 2 different guns, 2 kills. And the flank's coming to the upper box halls, just now up the ladder. But the bomb's being planted, and there is a super long lurk from Breeze. So right now the Renegades need to act fast, more so because they don't have a kit.
I don't even think they're going to go for this now as Breezy coming out towards that Ivy does take Liaz down, who is on that old bomb area. It's on to Azza right now. He realizes that there's only one more person in the site here, but is he going to be able to pick up the frag on Ethan and get to that bomb?
Yep. Breeze actually shows himself by throwing the Molotov and then tagging Azza as he falls back. But there's no chance at this round now, but there are guns to... to clean
there
up.
you go.
Greedy hands, though. They were looking, too.
Third time's the charm there,
I
right?
mean, Ethan and Breezy both started to look at that point. They may have seen the shoelaces coming down. They definitely saw the rifle clamber down the ramp. So they should know. NRG should know that the op was recovered at the end of this round due to that information. But excellent on NRG to quickly deflate Renegades' economy and get back into this game, because the CT, if they have ops early on and they dominate you, you're in deep trouble. That was just excellent.
That's when it got a little bit scary, right?
Yeah.
JKS had the UMP. You were like, okay, he'll pick up one, and then he recovers the AK, and you're like, he could spray them all down here.
Well, yeah, he had only 15 bullets left in the mag on the UMP, and recovering that AK is high risk, high reward, depending on how fast they're coming down the ramp.
He kept his team in there, right?
He did.
Evened it up into that 3v3 situation.
Okay.
NRG more the same with this default, and this is the thing about Train, right? You need to, dot your
T's and cross your eyes.
There you go.
There you go.
As you always say. I tried to steal that one from you, but
no, you can have dot your T's and cross your eyes. I'll take the other way.
But basically, in that situation, on a map like Train, you're just trying to get through the motions, right? You're trying to run the default. You're trying to push them off Ivy. You need to take the box halls. So the majority of this half is going to be NRG doing just this. They're going to clear out that box halls area. They're going to push back the Ivy. Then they're going to come together, maybe throw a couple Molotovs into ladder to make sure that's clear, and then they'll run their execute.
It's a good pistol to have if you're in the ladder. We were talking about how you can get away with some cheekiness at the bottom of that ladder, whether it's auto shotty, mag 7, CZ, even the MP9 is valuable in there sometimes. But
look at these Prius angs.
Right? Nice smooths, Prius. Good stuff.
All right, and looking at this round right now, Renegades opting for a heavy outside, as it does look like the Molotovs are going to come into ladder, but the NRG team is executing on the inner bomb site. Uncontested here as Daps is rolled in with bomb. We'll be getting that bomb plant down here, and the op on the back of Azza. What can he do with this?
Yeah, he's really one of the only players that
has,
has a chance at getting an honest kill. But him being at the absolute back of the yard, dead center in it, is easy for NRG. Headshot there from JKS, maybe even followed up with a second body shot or so. That will be a cleaned up kill, and it nets at least something. So Renegades don't go home empty-handed, but really NRG are happy with that played out. An open site.
Yeah, that's exactly the round they need. Remember, T-side is a grind, too. It's definitely not like Mirage T-side where you can actually get rolling. I mean, even though we didn't see that from either team on the previous map. Mirage on Train on T-side, I should say, is a map where if you get to that 6 round mark, you're pretty happy. It's a very difficult map to play T-side on. So for NRG right now, they're that much closer to their goal of 6 rounds.
Yeah, really, NRG are at a great pace. Getting 50% of the rounds, and they continue. Right now, they try and rush out Teton, finding only moderate success. They're still playing from behind a bit, and already the Renegades have shown up in force. All the rotations here. The bomb has now been forfeit over as well. Cirque falls, and Leas just melts him. Lots of T-bodies caught there right at Sandwich.
Yeah, NRG going up for that change of pace there, rushing out towards that middle area, not having any success whatsoever. It got close towards the end. Yeah, Renegades only get away with 2 people at the end of that, or 3 people, I should say. But NRG really risking it all there in that round.
Okay. It does seem that the Renegades have at least averted a problem. The problem's still there. It's growing. Because NRG having so many rounds this quickly, especially those rounds not involving the pistols. Those were as soon as the NRG got rifles, and then they put up some good numbers. So those aren't freebie rounds by any means. So NRG are in a pretty good spot to kind of upsell against the Renegades, who have shown that their CT side from the last map was most certainly a bigger problem than NRG expected.
Looking at this round now, NRG slowing things down from that previous round, going back to that default, clearing out the box halls, moving towards that Ivy area here. The op of Smooy is trained on inner right now, so outside it's going to be more of a gun battle area, where Cirque, his op, is patiently waiting to peek down Ivy.
Just a buck and change on the clock. CTs have gone for a bit of passiveness. Leah's back halls watching the Ivy side, and then underneath the ladder, Azur gets the grenade up, it bounces down, but Ethan's able to turn the corner just to see a little bit of residue from that grenade as it pops, but it really just felt like him being underneath that ladder with 2 players above him, especially being directly underneath, is a bit of a risk.
The wild part about that ladder is they actually can't clear it out. Neither of them had any Molotovs to actually push the player in ladder out. So he gets to keep that position. Smoothie on top of this green train right now, picking up a nice kill onto Tarek there. Breezy quickly trading that one out with a great shot of his own.
I mean, look at the clock. That was bomb spotted too. I believe it was spotted, but JKS is still remaining on the B site. There's a shot in from Breezy. He'll be able to collect a second frag. Time is to the CT's favor. NRG can't let anything go wrong, and it's so far playing out well. The bomb's being planted. JKS could just rush this and stop it and then hide. But the bomb gets planted the last second. JKS now in a 1v2, but already on top of the train.
So close.
Was Ethan. He was very close to peeling that off. The thing was, if he gets that kill, he needs to now find a hidey hole somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you saw Ethan was just up on top of that train. I assume he was very near to that position and could try and get the recruit kill.
I feel like if he got that frag, from my perspective at least, he was going to be able to get back behind bomb, maybe bunny hop into connector, and then just hightail it out of dodge there. But honestly, that was just 1 second too late. Great effort from him. But NRG is going to tie this one up at 4-4 here. Look towards the outside area very quickly as Ethan has been peering off into that middle. Let's see what he's able to find.
There's been a couple rounds now that the Renegades are going to have to try and make do with so much less. There's only 150 cal on the map. That's Jacob. So he's tagged Tarek up quite a bit, but he's going to end up not having enough in the magazine to deal with all of these Ts if they were to come out at T-Con. We're starting to see the first smokes cresting over the walls. Flashbangs in here as well. Jacob pushed off the angle a bit from the flashbang. All your Ts are looking the wrong direction, but still Jacob's unable to convert. 98 damage, just not quite close enough. 3 remain for the Renegades as NRG begins to clean them up. There will be an opportunity as soon as the bomb starts to get planted. NRG are losing bodies quickly. A Deagle has been recovered, and that's JKS that's holding that, but Cirque has the quick flick to the left.
Looking at this round now, JKS final man standing right now, and he's quickly taken down. NRG will take the lead here for the first time in this game. 5-4 is our scoreline, folks, and honestly, they've been earning every single round, including the one that just passed. That was looking very scary once again, but in the end, they're able to pull it off. Yeah,
that was, I mean, there was good damage dealt by the Renegades. They got 2 kills, and 2 of the 3 remaining players for NRG were both 1 shot away if the Deagle was in play still, but it didn't end up happening. 3 survived for NRG. They averted a little bit of a problem that could have raised its ugly head, but right now they're looking pretty healthy. Renegades, on the other hand, they got themselves a full buy. A little bit of utility suffers from this as T-Con starts to get pushed. Man, that little flashbang was enough for Ethan to get 2 kills as he just pushes in. NRG might just want to seize the initiative right now. They've gotten all the kills they absolutely need on the A side. As a matter of fact, they might just end the round on frags. The bomb's still been left behind. JKS, again, last man standing, finds the first. NRG now collecting themselves with a 3v1. And it looks like the bomb, after JKS's position has been seen, maybe would think about going to the B site. Maybe.
That was such a tremendous effort from Ethan. They're starting in the round off on the right foot with a great flashback from his teammate. Going to be able to take down Smooya and then go ahead and pick up a second kill off of that while blind, I do believe. And then at the end of it all, when the dust settles, Azza goes to even it up towards middle. Ethan's able to pick up a third as well. So that was a great effort out of him. There's that second kill. The flash comes in. He's not able to pick up anything at that point, but that's where Cirque picks up the player getting on top of Green Train. Great effort out of NRG. Great round from them. Complete domination.
You were talking about NRG just needing to get 6 rounds on their T side. They're already there. Already. We've got 5 more to play. Renegades are still playing this one with a bit of a lackluster purchase. Azza has the scout. We'd seen him earlier in this half with the AWP, actually, above Smooya. That was based on an AWP that was saved in the round, so maybe it's not under the proper conditions. But it's interesting that Azza's using the scoped weapons on bolt fire weapons on the train side.
Liaz with a nice little,
he's got long arms too. Did you see that? That molly those coming at him. He's pushing the issue.
Oh my goodness!
Smooya actually gets that kill. He ends up burning to the Molotov that was just behind him. So the AK right now is secured, and I think you'll see that those rifles be picked up, cleaned up, and thrown over the map.
Yeah, that's exactly what they just did with the AWP now. Dabs taking that repeat is going to get tagged as Tarek taking down JKS towards inner. The rotation's coming in. Tarek's actually cleared out most of inner right now as Azza does come in. The bomb should be rotating in momentarily, but doesn't even matter. The round is all but done.
Yeah, it was. Daps actually was in a very, very defensive position over by Ivy, trying to fall back as the team was executing into the inner yard. Daps was just throwing a smoke and falling back, but actually got a kill through that smoke anyways. So a successful round from NRG as they continue to make this a painful first half for the Renegades, who just haven't quite gotten off the ground. They've gotten up to speed that they just can't quite lift off. They need to be able to win 2 rifle rounds in a row to secure a really okay CT side streak. They can't get off the ground if you're only winning 1 in a row, if that. Right now, NRG are on a bit of a tear, winning 7 of the past 8.
And I was mentioning the fact that if you're on T side of train, you probably want to hit that 6-round mark to be comfortable. Well, NRG has surpassed that. They're on to 7 now. They're looking to pick up as many rounds as they can get and just silver lining everything on their T side.
Tough spot. Tarek is able to get it, and I'm surprised the Renegades were able to get something going here, but when Cirque is on the field, he is a force to be reckoned with. Ethan finishes the job. I think the DAP started, and you're up to JKS alone. Was 1v2, now 1v1. Bomb is in control of JKS as well. The smoke is going to allow him to reposition. Ethan is just to the opposing side of this one, crawling along that wall. That's usually a really strong wall to have control of when you're on the T side, because it's difficult to see when you stick right up next to it from the CT's perspective.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a ledge peeking out from it as well that blocks you, sort of. JKS now, he's rotated around into CT spawn here, Dallas, so he's given up the bomb completely.
How nervous is Ethan going to be? Just even touching this bomb is going to make him a bit shaky. So he's actually overshot it just to clear out a couple more angles, but the timing is just not there for him right now. On the opposing side of cameras, JKS is here, spraying down and securing it. So JKS just playing a little bit of a mind game right there, completely repositioning himself and allowing that time to become a mental factor.
Honestly, in that 1v1, yeah, you were talking about time to become a mental factor, but honestly, for Ethan, there was just so much that he had to check. He had to worry about Z, he had to worry about Heaven, he had to worry about Old Bomb, Hell. There were so many angles. You know what, JKS pops up from one of them. Ethan's not watching, and it's an easy kill for him. So Renegades will get their 5th on the board with that 1v1 clutch from JKS. But moving on to this round here, look at their money. Very strapped for cash, Dallas. 2 people missing utility completely. Adds it with some great mag 7ing as he does take down Tarek. Ethan does trade it out very quickly, though.
Oh, man, Cirque's so quick, but double presence in the Ivy side of things mean that Leas will be able to trade and get a bonus frag. Man advantage earned by Renegades. They desperately need this round. I was talking about just a couple rounds ago that Renegades need to win multiple rifle rounds in a row. They can't survive on winning 1 every now and then. They need to chain them together. Really, they would need to win out this half to have a comfortable CT side, and still at that point, you're sitting on a bit of a ledge.
All right, let's see what Daps can do here. Can he take down any more guns? Because the Renegades' money hasn't really set themselves up. Unfortunately, Daps not able to do that. That's Liaz's 3rd of the round. And Renegades, towards the end of this half, are starting to string them all together.
Yeah, that was big from Lias. The first 2 that he got in Ivy, it was basically 2v2, north to south across the Ivy.
Yep.
And Lias was the surprise in there because he was actually left of the servers against the wall, not an angle that you would anticipate. So Cirque was picked off after he got that first kill. He actually went across, thinking there should be no more CT presence. He went over to the pigeon side of it, if you will, and then ended up getting caught in transition. So NRG's money has been reset on the back end of Lias's play, and Renegades look to get what rounds they can quickly.
Yeah, Renegades need to come out of this round with the majority of their players alive because their economy isn't set up too well. Going into the final round, you want everybody to be able to buy what they need. Full utility, kits, you want all of that on the field. So for Renegades, the goal on this eco round here is to keep everybody alive. Breezy, though, he's going to take down Smooya.
1, 2, quick 3.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, Lias is putting some good frags up against the anti-ecos. Yeah, only 1 dying is no big deal. With all the money they have, they'll be able to buy comfortably. They should have themselves full setup of utility. Maybe less Smooya. Can they get the op to Smooya? Yeah, someone bought it and donated it to him. So I'm assuming it was Azza. 7 all.
Okay, and as freeze time comes undone, we are at the end of NRG's T-side campaign where they've gotten 7 rounds here to begin this first half. Great effort out of them. Renegades struggling just a little bit, but who knows? Their T-side on train could be like their CT side on Mirage.
JKS is aggressive, and they're caught in the smoke with some assistance from Breezy. I'll credit JKS with both of those, and you can see Cirque was just a frustrating shot down through the box halls, a hope and a prayer through that smoke, and suddenly the Renegades take full command and a 5-2 advantage for the last round of the first half. This is going to be the decider who has the lead on this one, and it looks like it's going to be Renegades. I can't see them dropping a 1v5, even to the likes of Cirque.
Yeah, they realized that the op was towards inner as Cirque did fire off onto JKS. Smooya now getting very aggressive towards this ladder. A little bit of an op battle happening right now. Can Smooya find this frag?
Oh, he went right up the ladder.
He's still going for it.
He's weaving it.
There you go.
They're having a little bit of fun on this. Cirque should know that, yeah, sure, he'll give it his all, but why not have a little bit of fun in this? He is surrounded. In the upper halls is JKS.
And here comes
behind
flank.
him is Jacob. So 8-7. Renegades do piece together a closeout, 4 rounds in a row for them, but that was desperation. I did mention they needed to win out from that point.
It was definitely a great match out of Renegades, but we are going to throw it to a quick break here. When we get back, we got the second half. 8-7 is our scoreline. You're watching ESL Pro League Season 9.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. We are into the second half of Train. If you're just now joining us, Renegades are up 1 map in this best-of-3 series, and they had a bit of a struggle. We thought they might come out really, really hot on their CT side against NRG, because that's what they've shown in past history. But instead, it was the T side of NRG that was superior, and they end up with a 7-8, well, awesome T half, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a great effort out of NRG right now, but as we move on to NRG's CT side, we're actually going to see Tarek open up this map with a great kill onto JKS, but by the looks of it right now, Renegades has made their way out towards this Ivy. They've taken Hell right now, and Azur has made his way into CT spawn here, Dallas. What is he going to do with this?
It's expected, though. You have two players that are watching CT. Both Cirque and Breeze are holding this angle, but Azur takes the frag and runs off. He is clotheslined, though, by Tarek, who's chilling at the old bomb, and will put him underneath the train, as he used to be able to do. One-man advantage for NRG's side. Bomb, though, being planted safely.
Into a 3-on-4 we go here. Jacob now making a little bit of contact towards the old bomb area. Going to fall all the way off. He's actually going to reset himself and look for another fight. As the other two members of Renegades get into a great post-plant scenario, getting ready to hide, we see NRG creeping up towards Ivy. Tarek to lead this as Jacob takes down Breezy. Can Tarek trade this one out? He can.
Well, look at all the damage done to NRG. There are some weak players floating around there. Daps touches the bomb once. Liez starts to come around. Point blank, right to the face. Smooya looking to defend the bomb. He's got soft targets in front of him, but he's off the mark. Now running around the corner. The CTs are off the bomb and running for the high hills. Well played from Smooya to just keep him out of that realm. 4 kills on the round for Tarek. That's all nice and dandy, but pistol round still goes to NRG, or sorry, Renegades.
Honestly, when you're looking at that pistol round, it could have got to the point where we would have seen the clutch out from NRG, but Smooya played that very well. He makes the initial contact, gets them off the bomb, and at that point he realizes that time is winding down, and you know what? He's going to bank on them chasing for him, so he goes and does a little bit of a ring around the rosy behind the red train, and he's going to be able to clean that one out for Renegades. Great round out of Smooya.
Okay, we've seen the Renegades win both pistol rounds so far, but their rifle rounds on their CT side were a bit struggled. But now that they can control the pace of the game, maybe something changes. NRG goes for the force buy on this round. It's actually double scout. The only rifle that was to the field, though, has already been surmounted. Cirque, though, at range, and Breeze's scout, we gotta commend, has been popping off too. Both of those players have gotten kills so far, and it's a 3-on-3. Renegades have to be a little nervous now, advancing forward, but they're getting the trades. Jacob trying not to burn alive. There wasn't many places that he could hide behind E-Box. It's a 1-for-1 right now, and an uncharacteristic miss. You saw Breeze line up that shot and took his time while he was jumping across, recognizing now that he's headed down below.
Oh my goodness.
He's hit the target. This grenade, though, from downtown.
Will it land? It's going to...
Oh my, how does that do 2 damage?
It just came up short. If that was a little bit further, it would have cut Smooya right in his face.
Look at this plant, though.
I think Breeze has this.
It's going to be tough to call. Smooya has the fully automatic. Breeze sneaking around. Smooya also doing the same. He's actually to the opposing side of the bomb train. And he's not looking. Go. Shot in the back. Breezy, excellent movement and rotation around the side as they play do-si-do. And NRG's force buy is successful.
That was just all off the back of Breeze, though, with that scout. That was a tremendous effort from him. Cirque as well. Dabs chimed in there with a kill of his own, but really, Breeze was hitting some great shots himself. And then moving into that 1v1, yeah, he ended up tagging the Renegades player as he came out lower, and then he's going to make some great movement around that pop dog train, going towards lower, and catches Smooya in the back to close that one out. So great effort from Breeze there. 9-8 is our scoreline, and we're actually going to see Renegades onto an eco.
I like the old school players call it the pop dog train. Now pop dog has been moved. Pop dog soda has been moved to the bottom of the ladder. At least what crates remain of it. But it used to be a train.
Okay.
That's what we call it that. I'm a new player, so I just call pop dog bottom ladder.
A little bit of history right there.
That's right.
A little bit of CS history.
Like I call it old hell. You just called hell.
Yeah, yeah. Hell in CT heaven.
That angle from Jacob. It's a boost up just outside of Ivy with a smoke that was there. He had seen somebody, but his shots were off the mark. Renegades just looking for a bomb plant if they can will it. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take an act of God, I think, to get that to one of the sites. Because you've got fully automatic weapons for just about everybody. Man, what a flashbang. Tarek was just spraying to the wind, and unfortunately he was into the wind at that point because he's been smoked out. Nice positioning there from Ethan. He gets 2 kills on a long flank. It seems the backside of T-Con. The bomb's still out here for him too.
Liaz now has made his way out towards the end of Ivy as Ethan takes down Jacob and Smooya. Liaz, he peeks out, does dink Breezy, but that's all he can do there as NRG are going to get their 9th on the board, tie this game up as we move into this first gun round of the second half here. No ops on the field here for the T side. Cirque, he does have a scout. It's obviously not an op, but He can do that damage from a distance, tag him, get out, get involved when he needs to, so still a very powerful weapon. Let's see how Renegades choose to approach this round.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the cash to get the op. He's in that kind of
just short.
Yeah, he's in that dead zone. Like, hey, he could buy a rifle, but that would just delay his op later. So just holding on to the scout right now is going to be as good as it gets. So there is a temporary weakness for NRG, while the Renegades have full AKs, though they have very limited utility to speak of. They have 2 smokes right now, unless some are in the play right now, and they want to at least peek out up here. Top box haul. Daps almost gets caught up on the pop dog train. Jacob, though, is able to pick up that kill. With the kill at the B site, you see that their NRG is starting to reel back. They want to try and react to this. There's a long flank that's available. That's going to be in Smooya's responsibility. Splashes come in. JKS, knowing that the smoke has some life to it, remains.
This is huge now for JKS. Can he get anything going? A little bit of a jiggle peek coming out. You see the swing from Ethan, but JKS actually able to take him down in that situation. Yeah. The flank from Smooya ever so slowly creeping on in here as JKS getting to a little bit of a fight. Should be going down, but here comes Smooya.
He's already done all the work. Look at all the work JKS did to allow Smooya to get in. Smooya walked that whole way from old Bob train around through so that he was undetected. He might have started to pick up the pace if JKS died sooner, but JKS didn't. He remained. He stayed alive, and that allowed for that long flank to just be the absolute linchpin that secured the round for the Renegades.
Now looking at NRG's money here, we actually saw Daps as well as Cirque and Breeze having decent enough money to buy up weapons, but because Ethan and Tarek didn't have anything in their pockets, well, the team's going to opt to go for that save. What that's going to do is going to give Renegades the opportunity to create a 2-round spread here, start building some economy in their pockets here if they can keep at least 4 to 5 people alive in the round.
We've seen these rounds get messy. Be a run boost over, cleanly so. Breezy wasn't there to even see it happen, but he should suspect that somebody should be over to the right. He may have spotted Smooya across that, and he's actually starting to advance. If he could get both of these guys retreating, this would be gnarly. Liaz is responsible for watching the rear flank. He's the rear guard. Takes 1 shot from that Deagle, doing 33 damage, but he'll be able to brush that one off. His armor absorbing most of that. And Renegades will maintain that man advantage. However, if they do execute to the B site, it's one of the rare times that we've seen a stack up here.
And it does look like Renegades is opting to move towards that inner bomb site right now as Azza does bring the bomb in behind him, as well as these other 2 members of Renegades that are just hanging out towards middle. So I actually think this is going to be an inner fake as they come down the ladder here momentarily. And great call out of them as the only person to defend the outer area is going to be Ethan on top of this blue train.
Oh, it's going to get sketch in here. Liaz finds him, picks up his next kill as well. You're getting wounded Renegades out there, but they still are kicking. Tarek's last man. He's behind old bomb train. Now Jacob's getting a little bit too close for comfort. They'll round the corner, and it seems like Tarek knows exactly what's going on. He turns, he sees Ozzer too. Oh my goodness. He's going to sneak his way towards this site. Nobody's checked him. Too bad he doesn't have a kit. They've cleaned everything out. Tarek, now Oz's position right now is so sketch.
Goodness.
Surprise, surprise! Double dink headshot. Thanks for the AK, and he's running off into the sunset.
It does look like Tarek is going to be saving this one towards lower. In a great spot here. He's really in a no man's land position, but doesn't look like the T's want to hunt anything right now here, Dallas. So he is going to be able to get behind this old bomb train. Go ahead and bring that AK into next round.
That was so... That was
I thought he was going to get the opportunity to get a knife there.
I thought so too. I thought he was going to do the same thing, but with the way Oz's position was against that wall, that's one of the times where you go for the knife and you either stab him in the side and you don't get the insta-kill, or you stab the wall, and it's just one of those strange things that work. So I think he just made the right call. Twice in the head. He'll end up getting the kill plus an AK.
Here's that sneaky kill that Tarek just pulled off, but we actually do have a timeout coming in from the Renegades side here, so looking at them, I got to imagine they're just deciding how NRG are going to approach this round. They realize that NRG are going to be buying up into it, and maybe NRG's game plan is to get in their face, get aggressive, and Renegades are just talking about how they want to adapt to that.
It's actually, so far, Renegades have gotten 3 of the 5 that have played in this half. So if we think about it, in the first half as well, NRG were right at that 50% mark, maybe even a little ahead of it, just like Renegades are right now too. So whoever ends up winning this rifle round is really going to be the collector of a couple of rounds, it feels like right now. The money for the Renegades side, not very strong. It's something there, but NRG's side is completely depleted. I think if you win this round, you're going to have a handful coming your direction.
Yeah, this is a much-needed round for NRG in this situation here. They've got to pick up this round or be put back onto an eco, giving Renegades yet another opportunity to start pulling away here. Renegades to begin this round doing more of the same here on train that we're used to seeing. They're working towards that box halls area, creating a little bit of a presence towards Ivy as Liaz is just watching that push. But the majority of the players aren't really getting too aggressive. They're just trying to push back any CTs that might be contesting them.
What's interesting to me is there's nobody in the ladder room right now. Ethan's on top of the blue train, and he's just looking over top of the red train. But he's actually responsible for holding both T-Con out there as well, because the player that's behind him, Breezy, is watching to Ivy. Now the execute comes from the Renegades into the A side. Tarek up on top of the ticket booth, somehow still alive. Circuit, point-blank range, will spear Jacob with the op, and it's a 3-4 advantage to NRG right now. 50 seconds on the clock, and the bombs hit the deck one more time. Just Liaz and Smooya, both players wounded, need some kind of pick. However, it's up to the Renegades to take the initiative. They need to get into that site and recover the bomb. NRG can just sit back on their heels and let it happen.
That was a great shot from Liaz onto Cirque there in the Z, but it's too little too late at this point as Smooya just trying to stay alive with 7 HP. He's able to take down Breezy. The wide swing comes out through that Z connector. Tarek able to take him down and put NRG onto double digits.
Yeah, and I talked about if you win that round, you're probably going to get a freebie in the next. However, the Renegades had some money in that prior one, and it looks like they've already made the call.
Yeah.
They're ready for this. This was in their playbook if their money was in that position, because they know NRG's money's also sitting pretty low.
Exactly. And I mean, looking at it right now, NRG, they lost so many members within that round too that they just won. Yeah, their money shot. Renegades, this is a great call from them to go ahead and buy.
A lot of presence right now at A. It's only temporary. Wow, that was a quick shot from Smooya.
Good opening frag.
Breezy just hard to even had a look at him. Looks like he did some damage. Smooya's down to 36. But Renegades with that early pick are just going to sit and see if they get another free pick. Why not? There's no rush. Still got $1.20 on the clock.
It does look like Renegades right now are going to be pressuring Ivy just a little bit more as this round begins to develop. As we near the minute mark on the clock, we actually have a player in JKS aggress towards the upper inner halls, and it's looking like Renegades want to do something with him towards the end of this round here. We do see the players on Renegades falling back as Jacob is going to meet up with Azza, as well as the bomb that it's been recovered on the back of Smooya.
Prius, ladies and gentlemen. Six smooths. A late smoke comes to the ramp. 2 defenders were over here initially, but that player that threw the smoke has fallen back to the A side. I believe that was Cirque. So he goes back, and you still have 3 defenders to A, 1 to B. It's an active position from Daps. As a matter of fact, he's not watching ramp. He's on the sidewalk watching the upper while that smoke currently holds his position. He will refresh that smoke. That's going to last a long time. For the remainder of the 30 seconds that are on the clock, that's going to be a problem for the Renegades, but that smoke isn't all the way down. It's actually up pretty far. Excellent flashes coming in. Daps is spamming to some apparitions that may be there. All of the Renegades come out of the upper side of it. There was a long flank coming, but it has been disarmed. Cirque can't quite find cover in time. JKS opens up the site, and just like that, NRG are completely flustered. They only had 1 defender on that site, and Cirque that was coming out of Z-Connector to give some assistance support, but he couldn't really do much of anything. That was Renegades one-dimensionally coming from upper. Usually that's where Cirque is going to punish you.
Yeah, but Cirque absolutely got his dome ripped off in that situation, and Daps as well got caught pulling out a Molotov. Daps had the right idea. He had the lower smoked. He was going to toss the Molotov towards upper to just delay the tease that much more, but the tease actually burst out in the middle of Daps getting that nade in his hand. So that's going to get him caught out. And essentially, at that point, Renegades know where both the players are after taking down Cirque. They're just going to wrap around the site, pick up another kill.
The NRG is going to be a little bit nervous right now, man. Oh my goodness, they're going for a buy right now.
Going for the force.
I mean, their loss bonus right now is only 1 round of loss bonus. So, not good. You're barely going to be able to field anything here, but if you lose this one, it's 13 for Renegades, likely the 14th as well. And at that point, I mean, Renegades are they're on the home stretch. They're on the straightaway. They're looking to just cross the brickyard and be done with it.
All right, a very slow round coming out from Renegades right now as well. I mean, it's what we're used to seeing from them on this T side thus far. They haven't been rushing too much. They've been taking it slow, methodical, making sure that they're clearing all the areas of the map before they actually commit to anything. Right now, Tarek pushing into ladder here to try and get something going for his team. Not able to find any terrorists. Renegades just going to continue on this slow default. Probably Molotov into ladder at some point to make sure that's cleared out as well.
Yeah, they could do that double molly strat to make sure that all of ladder is clear. I love watching that. It's so strong from the T side. It seems like most teams just favor the head stack that you're going to see right now. And the drop, as soon as Jacob comes down, now Tarek hears that. And when you hear him crunch like that, you should
Good
know
flash.
Oh, what a sexy flashbang. Credit to Ethan for that. And that's going to be a rifle recovered. And Tarek is still doing work. See, they need the double molly here, or else Tarek's going to disable you. He's still gotten 3 kills and still alive. Armor in play as well. Now they're all looking down for Tarek. That was JKS that just got flanked, and suddenly NRG, having 2 scouts on the round to begin with, are suddenly credited with a couple AKs up there too.
What a wallbang out of Smooya there to just take down Tarek, who's been giving them trouble the entire round from that ladder position. But he is in a 1-on-3. They do know where he's located. Smooya hard-pressed to get something going.
Yeah, no time. I was questioning NRG's buy on that round, but it wouldn't have mattered what they bought there. With Tarek sitting in ladder room, he just made it work.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was off that great flash, really.
Yeah, it really was.
It all started with that flashbang that Ethan threw
Ethan.
for him.
Right.
Yeah, cheers to Ethan there for helping his teammate out.
I love that they've given the information that you can see who gave the flashbang up top. It really shows that how impactful the support players are in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen players say a couple things about it that, hey, you're giving away
information.
It does give information about who's playing in what position and where they're located on the map. But at the same time, when we're spectating, it's nice to see who's helping out their teammates.
Yeah, right. Especially on some of the more confusing maps like Nuke. Sometimes it's just a brawl and you can't tell what's going on. So here we are. NRG steal a round away. Next level nade for Daps. Goes behind him. Unfortunate for him too, because that would have struck a couple players that were just starting to go up to that position. Renegades, they still sense blood in the water. As a matter of fact, NRG have been just barely getting by on this busted economy for quite some time now. So Renegades will continue to pursue that. I love the boost. Smooya on top, looking if anybody's on that back red train. Nobody's home. Renegades looking for the early picks, which have benefited them for quite some time. Really, Renegades will get an early pick and then just settle down. They're not like getting a pick and it instantly going into that site or anything. They'll look for a second pick. Just make it that much easier, especially when you've got more than a minute on the clock.
Exactly. Realizing that, you know, the CTs are, chances are they're going to try and even it up somewhere on the map. So yeah, slowing it down, waiting for any other aggression before you decide to actually move forward with your execution. It's a great call from Renegades, and looking at this round, more the same from them. A very slow default to clearing out the box halls, pushing back the Ivy, and now they're setting up towards that inner bomb site for an execute.
It's been a long time since NRG has gotten 2 rounds in a row on their CT side. As a matter of fact, it was only the second and third round in this half where they were able to do that. They really want this one. And right now, the Renegades are really looking to push into the inner yard. Smoke's coming down. Daps will refresh this one. 20 seconds left. And Tarek is in amongst them, a wolf amongst the sheep, and suddenly the Renegades are running away. They're going to try and go to this A site as quickly as they can. And as a matter of fact, they have duped NRG. They're just now recognizing that, hey guys, this site's secured. Our anchor left. Bomb will be planted. Renegades will have some cash influx. And suddenly it's a 2v3. NRG are on the back end of this one, doing good damage, but look at them. They're about to run off.
JKS is most likely going to smoke off Z at some point here, I do imagine. Nope. Okay, opting against it here. Doesn't even matter. NRG running off. Great audible call there, Dallas, from Renegades.
Instantly.
And it was all because Tarek, on that flank, basically came in. Yeah, he didn't get any kills, but what he did tell to Renegades there was, oh snap, they know that we're executing inner. Let's pull it all back. There's probably 3 members at least towards inner. There were actually 4 people waiting for them.
And as long as the Renegades have any sort of memory, having Tarek up top there with them, he's been the ladder player. He's been the E-box player. He's been holding that A site. So with his conclusion in that round, that audible, you're exactly right, was instantaneous. And it's difficult sometimes, but when you have an endgame leader that can make those kind of calls, and the team is able to follow with those calls, it's gorgeous gameplay.
We are going to see NRG's first timeout of this map right now.
Here's where Tarek saved that round.
That beautiful 3K that came out of him.
It was just a CZ, and it ended up, I think it was a Smooya that ended up wallbanging him through the wall to finally end him. But still, it was enough for NRG to win that round. But again, like I had said before, NRG are struggling to get rounds in succession.
Yep, and off the guns that they saved last round, they're going to force buy up behind it. A scout on Tarek's back here. I mean, they've got plenty of weaponry. We see the AUGs on the field. We see a couple AKs. Not a lot of utility, though, Dallas, and that could be a bit scary here if Renegades do opt to take this outside fast. NRG is not going to be able to Molotov off the T mid, Molotov off the ladder. No counter flashes to really help their team out either. So let's see what Renegades opt to do here.
Yeah, so everybody just saw that replay of Tarek. That's going to almost guaranteed be one of the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel power plays that we'll get to at the conclusion of this series. So make sure you stick around when this series ends, that there will be some participation for you viewers at home to commend some of the top plays that we've seen so far.
Okay, Renegades now moving very slowly towards inner. Once again, looking for the execute on that part of the map. I don't think they're going to be able to call the audible this time, as nobody's actually pushed up behind them getting ready to flank.
Super Molly's coming in. The site set ablaze, but look at the defense. You've got 3 defending on this B site. We've only seen this from NRG when they've barely been on an eco round trying to stack it up. Now, they burst on. A 1-for-1. Daps is able to get 2 of his own, almost a third as well, but he is broadsided. Jacob pushing through the smoke. What a brave move, almost being a hero play, but now it's going to be Azza that has to be the hero. 1v2 right now, but he pulls out a grenade. He's unable to chamber and put the rifle back to his shoulder, and NRG continue this back and forth action. That's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rounds in a row that have gone back and forth.
I think Renegades will be tapping out here, though, as they have no money whatsoever in their inventory. They shouldn't go for this. They should allow NRG to tie this one up, save their economy, and then get rolling in the following round. NRG, on the other hand, because we have Renegades onto this full eco, NRG's goal is to, hey, let's keep as many people alive as we can. Let's put some money into our pockets here, so moving forward in the half, if we do lose a round in the future, we won't be forced to force buy up. We can actually get some M4s in us. Or AUGs.
Right. So the way that NRG have won a couple of these rounds when they've been busted up and beaten and bruised on their economy is by stealing a rifle or 2. Can the Renegades replicate that action?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think they'll be able to.
Not with the Glocks.
Not with Glocks. Maybe if there were Deagles, a couple people with a little bit of body armor, you know, they could probably recover a weapon and get something going. But because it's only Glocks here, they should be getting taken down fairly quickly. Breezy, oh my goodness, almost goes down there as Cirque comes in and says, okay, man, I'll take it from here.
They tag out. Tarek turns, spins, keeps his head on a swivel. You've got 2 players that are sub 10 HP. Jacob has the Deagle. Almost wishes he has a Glock, considering there's so many 2 players that are wounded. But they send the healthy players up front, and we're 13 all. Here comes the rifles for the Renegades, though. That's finally one of those 2 in a row that NRG have been able to do, but it was against rifles, then pistols, and it's been asking a lot, actually. I commend them for actually beating either an eco round or an anti-force buy round or anything like that. It's 13 all. We started it. It was neck and neck. We had an 8-7 half. It's continued to be neck and neck all the way through.
Stabs in your spray down, getting 2 members right there before getting taken down. Cirque rolling in and picking up one of his own there. This is a great hold.
That was a pretty brave move right there.
Pushing through the smoke.
Pushing that smoke, and he almost split the wickets initially. When he pushed through it, there were 2 CTs there, and his crosshair was right in between them. And that fraction of a second of a decision, whether to go right or left, might have been just enough for NRG to really kill him and win the round at that point.
Yeah, if Jacob was able to pick up 1 through that smoke, we might have seen the possibility of that round being 1. Definitely agree with you on that one.
Because at that point, instead of a 3v1 for JKS, it would be a 2v2. Well, probably more likely a 1v2 for him.
Exactly.
Jacob would have been traded. Okay. This is where a lot of the future is going to be decided. And as a matter of fact, if Renegades win this map, they are actually tied at 2-1 with NRG. NRG won both of their games, both 2 days ago and yesterday. Renegades lost their first day, won the second day, and it is now a nail-biter into the 3rd day for this second map.
Tarek pushing into the T mid will catch off Azza there. And now a great flash towards Ivy, nets Breeze. At least one kill there as Liaz does trade it out, and it does look like Renegades want to pick up the pace.
Oh, wow.
Some good damage through a smoke as well here.
Fantastic damage. Now they're going to try and flirt on the top of the smoke. Tarek still picking up frags. Cirque was lucky to survive there. All he wanted to do was innocently put a smoke down, but they pre-fired his angle and managed to tag him for 90+ damage. Smooya about to give a little peck on the cheek to Tarek. 2v3 now. Cirque still just limping along. He's in Z connector right now.
Very low HP on Cirque, however. Can Ethan pick up this frag, though, is the real question right now. Ethan in that ladder. JKS has actually moved on by him. We are going to see Daps pushing up inner here to get even more information for his team now. And as a little bit of contacts being made, the bomb has been planted. JKS fighting off Ethan and picking up the kill onto Cirque.
That was the weak player, but it's now just Smooya. 1v2. Both of your CTs are coming out of the ladder, but Smooya does not know that. Daps has been missing in action for some time. The bomb is ticking. Smooya is going to actually get as close as he possibly can get. They touch the bomb, and Smooya takes the bait, spraying into it. And as a matter of fact, Daps ring around the rose in him across the bomb train. And NRG now stringing rounds together when they need them the most, trying to close out this map as quickly as they can before Renegades wake up.
Yeah, not only that, NRG stringing rounds together have accumulated quite a little bit of dollar value in their pocket now. So if they do fall, let's say, to Renegades in this round, they'll be able to buy back up with no problem whatsoever. However, if Renegades win this round with, let's say, 1 or 2 people alive, they're going to have very little economy to move forward with.
Renegades are actually not going to give them the OT round for free.
They're going to make them fight for it.
They are. Really, Renegades want... If the Renegades are to lose a round here, they desperately need that bomb plant, or else train goes to NRG. They avoid that first salvo of grenade that comes at them at the top of the ramp. Smooya gets the trade against Tarek. That's the top fragger for NRG right now. He's actually been a little bit of razzle-dazzle, in fact, on this CT side for Train. And that's a valuable trade, I'd say. Top frag for top frag.
A UMP upgraded into an AUG in Smooya's hands right now as Daps playing on this lower behind the spool here. Cirque rotating in to help his teammate out. It does look like Renegades not opting to go towards inner right now. Unfortunately, however, Breezy has pushed into T-spawn. So all this information is being fed to his team. And right now, Renegades have no idea what kind of trap they're walking into. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Smooya takes him right out of the game.
That's why you got to stay on your toes. NRG are going to send some flanks at you that you haven't seen yet, and great on Smooya to catch that one. That earns the man advantage. Now they're going to be making their way to the A side. It should be very telegraphed, though. At least Breezy's life wasn't sacrificed for nothing. Ethan spraying. Liaz has to come off of the bomb. Ethan goes for a little bit of spray towards his teammate, creating some confusion on site, but they're able to clear their heads as Cirque picks up another frag. It will be just Daps, however. He's been quiet tonight, but now trying to spray transfer from one to the next. Renegades on their force buy tie it up, but at what cost?
Yeah, and this is what I was mentioning in the previous round that Renegades just picked up. The fact that if they were to win the round with only one person alive, their economy would be taking a very big hit. And just looking at it right now, you're going to see it. 3.8 on Aza, 3.4 on JKS, 3.3 on Liaz. Meanwhile, on the NRG side, well, they're doing a little bit better. They've got 3 Famises, an AWP, some utility going. But honestly, looking at it, it's pretty even in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, but they're both hamstrung. But the thing is, whoever wins this round really just should win the game outright. Ivy, flashbang is there. Breezy with 2 kills, and he's able to fall back. Nary a scratch on him. He's fine and kicking, setting himself up at servers. That is what NRG needed. An excellent first 2 frags before we even hit the minute-and-a-half mark on the clock. And like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Breezy there, is if you win this one, your opponent's economy is in the dumpster, and you should have an easy time again.
That was actually an ace out of Smooya on that previous round as well. Didn't get to shout him out on that, but that was just a massive round for Renegades in general to pick up. So shout out to Smooya for that ace. Unfortunately, they're going to lose the following round, so that ace is nullified, as now Renegades, without any cash, are going to be trying to take this one to OT.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, Smooya would have needed a back-to-back ace on Train. The last time, do you remember this? I think it may have been you and I casting. Maybe it was me and Mark. But way back in the day, probably 4 or 5 seasons ago, Moose on Train in the Mountain Dew League actually got a back-to-back ace on Train.
He's a very capable guy.
And he's here. He's in this group stage, actually.
He is indeed.
Good on him. Good old Moose.
That was a great little flash towards the Ivy, though, for that round for Breezy. Really cementing the round right from the get-go in the side of NRG. They're picking up 2 frags, and look at the frags across the board here for NRG. 4 members hitting that 20 bomb right now. We got Breeze, Tarek, Ethan, Cirque, all at 20-plus kills there. And then looking at the Renegade side, well, you have Smooya, you have JKS really coming to show for their team right now.
Yeah, they're the ones that are putting a lot of the lead down range. Liaz is actually pretty close behind him at 18 kills, so there's quite a few players that could hit 20 bombs, but that's what we're saying is it's not one standout performance that somebody's hit 30. Everybody's pretty much together throughout this game right now. And right now the Renegades need to do something with pistols and make it flashy. They already tried some kind of pop flash in the upper box hall, did not catch anybody at the ramp, so they're depleting some of their utility resources pretty early. Liberally applying those to try and get an early frag is do exactly what NRG did to them just this prior round.
All right, in a very, very slow round out of Renegades. Not able to take any fights here, Dallas. They essentially just need to take this round and look for any kills that NRG want to give them. Unfortunately, though, nothing is really being given to them now, so we'll have to see an execute come out. And unfortunately, executing with pistols, going up against AKs, AUGs, I really don't see how Renegades can pull this one off.
Lions, Tigers, Bears, oh my.
There you go, the first kill with an AK going on to Jacob as Ethan does take him down towards that ladder here. And the rest of the Renegades team, majority sitting outside that team middle area as Smooya taking a little bit of a fight, taking a lot of damage in the process.
Yeah, he learned from Jacob. Jacob was trying to spray back as well through those floorboards. And yeah, that AK has way more penetrating power than the little CZ does. So he quits that one. He does stay alive, however. So Renegade's task in this end of regulation 30th round is becoming more and more difficult. Not looking good. Smooya last man standing. He will swing out wide and is instantly traded. NRG win map 2, so both teams win their own maps. Though just the second one took quite a bit of time. It wasn't nearly as flashy as the first map when the Renegades had a perfect CT half. It was a bloodbath here.
Well, there's 2 types of matches there. One was a blowout plus a comeback, right? NRG starting off 12-3, making that comeback as Renegades to win that one in tremendous fashion. Then on the other side,